getting harder. It's getting It's getting harder and harder to do the jump.
Harder and harder.
That stretch used to be a joke.
The stretch is a real thing now.
Washington, D.C. and the surrounding areas, please give a hearty welcome to Jensen and Jerry.
Rub it in it, please.
Thank you.
Let's go with DC!
Howdy, y'all. How the hell are y'all?
Hey, fellas.
Oh, this is another one of those good spinners. Hold on. It's not what I meant. It's easy to figure out.
What does that mean?
Look, watch. So, with one go, 1, 2, I'm gonna throw up. 4, I'm dizzy.
Did you say one of the good spinners?
Where are you? It's going this way, man. Yeah. Nice and easy.
Okay, I'll leave that alone. Anyway, how's everybody doing today?
Do we have love you? She either said shut up or love you. Love you. Any first timers? Welcome to our big crazy family. Damn! Happy to have y'all. Happy, obviously, to have all familiar faces as well. Super cool.
Well, yeah, it's great to see new faces. Amazing to see you guys here with us. My only question is, where have you been for 15, 17 years? Because... What?
Saving money!
Wait, all at once.
I heard about 7 or 8 answers there, and none of them made sense.
Saving money!
Touche. It's a Jurassic Park. Well, welcome. We are thrilled to be here. We got to go to the Capitol last night. Did an awesome tour. I've got friends who shows around or somewhere here. Or not. Good talk. But we luckily got out of there before Crazy Man decided to drive up.
Yeah. Crazy follows us everywhere. It's,
We bring it with us.
it happens. What?
Craziest DC.
There's something happening there.
Yeah, there was a young lady in the front row here said, what happened? We did a tour of the Capitol, and then a few hours later, somebody ran their car into the blockade there, and caught on fire, and shot himself. And it was not a good scene.
He found out we were there, but he's a big Vampire Diaries fan.
Too soon to jump. Anyway, moving on. We're happy you guys are here. Happy to be here. So good to see your faces. Let's get to some questions, huh? Let's start. All right. Awesome.
Hi, I'm Courtney. Nice to meet you, Jensen, Jared. It's my first time as well. Super excited. I just wanted a question for, I guess this is towards Jensen. Being a fellow native Texan, I just wanted to...
I'm a native Texan too. Wow.
Since Supernatural ended, how is the family business brewing company going since?
How is the brewery going?
Yes.
We're still kicking.
What are y'all two Texans talking about?
Yeah. I don't understand you guys. Are you speaking that Texan? No, thanks for asking. We're doing just fine. We were able to just keep our heads above water throughout the pandemic, which was not easy. And we've now come out the other side and are doing just fine. I think we just signed a distribution contracts, so we'll be, our reach is getting larger, and growth is always a good thing, so, yeah.
Now go back to Texas, or whatever y'all do from here. Welcome, Courtney. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hi, I'm Lisa from Arkansas. My question is, do you think since Crowley started getting the feelings back after drinking the blood and being human again, and he redeemed himself in the alternative world?
He revealed himself what? I missed that episode.
Redeemed himself. Do you think Jack would have let him in to heaven to be friends with y'all?
No. No. Who's the king of hell? The king of hell. It's like being the coach for the other team.
I think I can help explain. He was the king of It's like there are people from Texas, like Courtney and Jensen, and there are people like me, Arkansas, Lawrence, Arkansas, all Lawrence, Arkansas. No, I have a bit of a kinder interpretation. Maybe. Maybe. I love your accent.
You do it terribly.
I'm leaving it to the pros, or like you Texans.
Yes. Listen, I don't think that was in the cards or happened. But again, in Supernatural, you never know what's going to happen. Anything can happen. So if and when Jared and I decided to put the boots back on. That's right. Those are Sam's boots, aren't they?
I'm still wearing the boots.
Yeah, we have to take them off.
Stole these for set.
Then I hope that Mark is along for that ride. Both Marks. I hope both Marks are along that ride. Even though technically they do play for the other team. But yeah, although I think you're gonna see Mark being
Yeah, we're gonna see Mark in the 1870s Texas.
somebody else. Crowley found himself in the Old West.
That's where Jack put him. Jack's like, Simon, you don't want him. Put him back in the 1870s. So you'll see some of him on Walker in a minute.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mitch. Mitch. That was a weird way to say it. Mitch.
Everything you're saying is weird.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Courtney.
2 Courtneys in a row? Where are you from?
I'm from Virginia.
Say again?
Virginia.
Okay, got it.
Virginia.
I'll go with the accent.
So my question is, y'all do a lot of really meaningful things for all of your fans. So I was just wondering if like any of your fans have ever done anything really meaningful that you remember.
So many times. Yeah, I think I read something on Twitter one time about like the money that's been raised from the SPN fam for charities, and it's a flabbergasting number. It's a great cause. And obviously with Misha and Random X doing great work all around the world, I can't help but think about the candles at Comic-Con. I still have mine on my desk. And Austin, because I've lived in Texas under Courtney. But yeah, many meaningful things. And I think in a strange way, it's just as meaningful for me, and I imagine Ackles as well, to just hear from people and hear like, hey, thank you, like all that work you did, like I dig it. I watch it with my friend or sibling or spouse or whatever, and it kind of helps me get through some spots. So it doesn't have to be about money raised or candles to 5,000 people at Hong just kind of human connection is pretty awesome. So yes.
Yeah, you guys show up. That's the most meaningful thing to us. Is you guys are here. You are invested in this show and in what we do, and that is far beyond any materialistic thing that we can hope for. That being said, there are some pretty cool materialistic things you guys are giving us.
Nice shirt.
What's that?
Nice shirt.
Oh, you mean this?
Yeah.
Case in point. There's this aside, there have been some really cool gifts that, it was the meaning behind it. It may not have been the gift itself, but it was, somebody made me a supernatural quilter, blanket, and handmade it. And that thing was in my trailer on my couch for almost the whole run of the show. And that's what I would lay down and take a nap with. And,
Oh, you're freaking me out. That's us. Exactly. Now.
you're softer than I am for some reason. I don't know why. There was a lady gave us, her father would take old shotgun shells and make Christmas light, strands of Christmas lights with old red and green shotgun shells. I had those in my trailer and would just hang them up every holiday season we were filming. So there are little things like that we've gotten through the years that maybe when I received it was like, oh, this is pretty cool, but then just became a part of this world that we've all helped to create. So again, just being here and showing gratification in any way, shape, or form is really the greatest gift you guys can give us.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Rosanna from Georgia, and before you start with me, I already know I sound like cornbread.
What about your cornbread?
It's better without sugar.
You don't use sugar?
No.
Do you use jalapenos?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I like it spicy.
My question for you guys is, you already have such a great rapport with one another. If you could write each other a character and a role, what would it be and why?
Write each other?
Yes, write each other a role.
Like if I was going to write something for him to play, what would it be?
Yes.
Ooh, interesting question.
It's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
I'm going to start because the answer for me is no.
Go ahead.
I would, having known this guy for many years, known him through many points in his life, and seen him outside of filming situations, I'd like the world to see Jensen be a dad.
I would want to see something. I would want like almost like something that is intellectually driven. For some reason, the one role that's coming to mind is something like Neo for him, like something that is really kind of breaks reality wide open, and it's a kind of a thinking man's action role. Because I think he's an incredibly, and this is I think is one thing he brought to Sam. He did so well. He's an incredibly analytical person, And he can turn, though, that analytical aspect of his own personality into a great performance, and I think that just elevates the craft that he has. I think he's just really, really smart about how he does things, how he plays things, how he presents things, and so I'd want to make some sort of like a smart action figure for him.
Over here to Courtney, I assume?
You can call me that if you want. Hello, gentlemen. How you doing?
Good.
Good, thank you. So I like to have quotes in my office to inspire me. Is there any kind of lyric or quote that you have that inspires you?
Tons. My favorite, some people might know this, it sounds kind of maybe dark, but it shouldn't be. Maybe that's pain is mandatory, suffering is optional.
Yeah, similar, dark, but also I think very poignant, and it's "Who Let the Dogs Out?" Woof, 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 woof.
Yeah. So you got two good options.
There you go.
Yeah.
Feel free to put them right next to each other.
But I want to ask you the same question.
What's the one that you have that you look at the most? How about that?
I have a quote from Ulysses S. Grant. It says, "I am a verb."
I am a verb.
Yes. I'm constantly in motion.
Everybody's like, I'm gonna write that down. Very cool. Thank
Very
you.
cool.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Not quite as thought-provoking as "Who Let the Dogs Out," but that's fine.
It was deep. My name is Anne. We have a different accent. We're from New York. And this is our first convention, but we've been watching since day one. I'm a big fan, so we've grown up with you even though I was a grown up. Brought my aunt because she loves you guys. And our question is, so the question that we wanted to know is, from the episode Sympathy for the Devil, Jensen, you did some pretty cool gun twirling and gun work, and we wanted to know how you did that, and then Jared, if you took any of that, or you already knew and went to Walker with some gun work. We got it. How hard was that to learn?
Yeah, we just the nature of the show and what we did on the show as characters, a lot of times we were handling weapons, a variety of weapons, and so we got pretty comfortable with them. I remember one episode that Phil was directing, he asked me, it was a motel scene and it was, just exposition dialogue, and it wasn't in the script, but he was like, "Hey, I've got this idea, I want you to be cleaning Sam and Dean's pistols and the shotgun. I want you to be cleaning those while you're having this scene." And anybody who's ever done any kind of acting knows that when you involve props to any capacity, it's another element, it's another layer of remembering, because you have to do it the same way each time, because that's continuity. And they shoot different angles, and you have to remember what you're doing and when you're doing it and how you're doing it, but you also have to remember your lines and give the performance. So there's a lot to do. Yeah, and you can't make big noises during your lines because the sound isn't good, so there's a lot of things to remember. And then Phil threw one more wrench in the system. He was like, "Also, I don't want you to look at what you're doing." So I had to learn how to, I spent time in my trailer just, leading up to that day of filming, closing my eyes and taking my 1911 apart, cleaning it, putting it back together, and also taking his 9mm Beretta, taking that. We got opportunity, we got exposed to that kind of stuff quite a bit. So we got pretty comfortable. And that's certainly, that skill and that confidence has been something that's helped me since then. And it certainly, I'm sure it's helped you with Walker.
Yeah, I agree. We both grew up in Texas, believe it or not, Courtney. Courtney 1, not Courtney 2. Courtney 2, me and you are good. I grew up handling firearms and knowing firearm safety basics, and we would go out and shoot or hunt or whatever. So I was already comfortable enough, but I certainly think that it's a very sticky topic right now. But I believe in knowledge and safety when it comes to something like a firearm or a vehicle or whatever. And so I've spent some time as well, kind of on my own with specialists, talking about what to do, how to handle it, where they look. So yeah, it's certainly helping, and to be back in Texas helps a lot. Thank you, Anne and Aunt. Aunt Meg.
Mem.
Aunt Mem. Anne and Aunt Mem. Thank y'all.
Thank you guys.
I've been watching the show since the series premiere, which incidentally I videotaped with my VCR.
He was like, we were VCR. I was like, yeah, then DVDs, those are gone.
I've wanted to come to one of these as long as they've been going on. It took me this long to find a friend who was willing to come with me. So up until
Well, you
then,
got a lot of friends
A lot of
now.
friends over there.
So up until this point, I've been getting my fix from YouTube videos, and one of the favorite ones I have, I'm not sure if you remember it, Jensen, you were given a unicorn. And it came from Steven. Do you remember Steven? Do you know where Steven is now? Because I've got a friend for him.
That's not Steven.
No, that's not Steven. I don't know where Steven is. Do you know where Steven is?
Nobody does.
I have a friend for him if you'd like him.
What's that?
I have a friend for him.
Yeah, does your friend have a name?
No, you get to name him.
I get to name him? I'm going to name... Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
I feel you, buddy. I feel you.
I'm sorry. Do you want to see the unicorn? Well, I think we know the name of this. This is Sparks.
Sparks.
Yeah, this is Sparks.
Look at that.
Stay.
Sit.
Sit, Sparks. Thanks.
Thank you. And welcome.
Thank you.
You got it. Thanks, Jen.
Hi.
Hi. I'm honestly afraid to say my name now.
If it's Courtney, no shit. Is there anybody here not named?
I'm going to show of hands. How many Courtneys do we have in here? That's not perfect, that's not.
Yeah, but Cliff's holding his hand up too.
No, that's true. Yeah, but he's only Courtney on the weekends.
So my question is, you both did a lot of shenanigans on and off scene in Supernatural. I was wondering if you brought any of those shenanigans to Walker or the boys between sets, or was it more serious?
Wait, I missed the first book. What are shenanigans?
Shenanigans.
The next person that says shenanigans.
It's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay.
Name that movie. There we go.
Turn over there first. For me, absolutely.
What's that restaurant shenanigans.
The walker says absolutely full of shenanigans.
Yeah, I mean, it's Mitch, it's Keegan, and me. Yeah. It's me showing up to direct and help things.
Yeah. Once Agnes was there, the shenanigans. I'm sorry, I said it. I'm sorry. Yeah, we have a lot of fun on Walker. And part of that was we started Walker in October of 2020. So it was kind of still the tail end of the big time COVID pandemic. And so we're all in masks, we're not allowed to be near each other. Everybody's kind of scared, but needs to get back to work and pay the bills. And so there was a little bit of tension. It was a new show. We didn't know when we were in air. We get shut down, so we test positive. And so there was a lot of just tension. It was a friendly atmosphere, obviously, but it was sort of like, oh gosh, like this is kind of scary. Like we're skating on thin ice.
It wasn't the comfortable atmosphere that we were used to on Supernatural, where shenanigans happen.
So yes, but that was a good way to cut the tension and to say like, hey, we're not carrying COVID. We're trying to entertain people when they get COVID, or when they have a loved one who gets COVID, or when they're hoping they can find a new place to live because they lost a job or whatever. So we brought this kind of very humorous, fun, loving, friendly atmosphere to Walker.
I mean, he certainly had more and has more of an opportunity to set that tone on Walker because he's the big cheese over there.
A lot of queso.
Tons. Whole bowl of queso this one. So whereas I've been kind of guests in other people's homes with the boys and now with Big Sky. But I will say that whenever I've been given the opportunity to keep it light, keep it fun, joke, create bloopers, I have seized those opportunities. I've also found the person or persons on the cast that are most likely to do that, and have quickly built a rapport with them so that those things happen. Carl. That was just bad news from the get-go. We quickly built a rapport that everybody was like, oh no. And it was, Laz actually said we were on a bus getting transported to set from circus, and he said something. He's like, man, you're like the good one and you're the bad one. And he didn't point, and both Carl and I go, who's who? And he meant I was the good one. Carl was the bad one. I'm like, wait, why am I the good one? He's like, because you tell him the bad things to do. And I was like, I might whisper a few things in his ear from time to time. So yeah, when it was he and I, we just instantly knew. There was a quick look, or not even a look. We would just jump into to shenanigans immediately. So yeah, I'll say that it might not be as much as Supernatural was, but certainly look for it because it'll be there.
Thanks,
Hello, boys. My name's Corey, close to Courtney, but not Courtney. So first
We'll just go with Courtney.
Okay. Sure. First of all, thank you so much for being here and away from your families. We always appreciate it very much. So my question is, obviously, you guys had to play so many different characters, being possessed, angels, demons, and so did your other castmates. So my question is, out of all those performances, which one for you guys was the most challenging and were you most proud of, or which one were you most impressed by your other castmates' performances that you're like, wow?
Great question. There are just so many, you know what I mean? Like I'm going like, how do I even start? There's so many brilliant performances. I I know this wasn't a version of a character because this kind of was the character, but I always loved Cone Gas, Mark Pellegrino as Lucifer. He was amazing. I've always said my favorite version of Sam to play that was not Sam was Soulless Sam. That having been said, once I kind of had a grasp of what I was going to do as Soulless Sam, it became easier than when I was Trials Sam. So that Trials Sam taught me a lot. It really spoke to me as a person, what Sam's going through. And that remained challenging to the very end, to the episode Sacrifice at the end of season 8. So that was maybe the most rewarding on a personal level. The Solo Sam was just really fun. Which I'm a psychopath. I just found out.
What version of Dean did was that? So my favorite, I guess, version of Dean or that I got to play, there was some fun. I didn't get to go kind of outside the box as much as he did with Sam, but there were a few, and I would say there was a small step where Dean was scared of things. That was really fun to play. Being that it was a character that, you know, doesn't get scared very often and has faced, you know, quite a lot in his life. To be afraid of everything was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed that episode very much.
We all did, for sure.
Scream, I wasn't in that movie. But my good friend Jack Quaid was, so go check it out. And then who else, like what other character did I really enjoy?
Like watching a fellow actor where you were super impressed by one of their...
Anytime I'm on set with Ruthie, I turn into... I literally just turn into an audience member, and I just watch her work, and then I forget that it's my line, and I'm like, oh, shoot. So I would watch her do anything. I think she is just a phenomenal actress, and every single take, she brought it. Like, she is a machine. I don't get it. Like, we would have bad takes all the time. Everybody has like, oh, you know, I flubbed that line, or I didn't really hit that note, or I was, you know, that was a bad take. She, literally, you could pick any one of her takes from any angle, and it would be gold. Can't say enough about that one. There you go.
My name is Jackie, and I'm from Tacoma Park, right around here.
You're from what?
Tacoma Park.
Tacoma Park. Woo! Well, welcome.
Marylanders are here. I didn't expect to be up here, so I have sort of an odd question for you guys. What thing that you think might be unattainable do you wish you could do? So for example, for me, it is to swim with a blue whale in the open ocean.
Swim with a whale in the ocean?
A blue whale in the open ocean.
Is that unattainable? You can't?
Well, technically, the Marine Mammal Protection Act says that you can't go within 100 yards of them, but they're also really big.
She's really looked into this.
Bird, what can I say?
So it has to be possible, but just unattainable. It can't be like a fly.
But might be unattainable. Like, the chances of actually swimming with a blue whale are pretty small.
I see.
But somebody could.
You know what? I think I have my answer. If somebody, whatever the highest power on the planet was, told me that I would never die or get injured doing this, then I would do it all the time. And that is squirrel shooting. Where they jump off of something and you're basically like,
Again, base jumping with a flying suit on.
I'm never gonna do it because I would die. If somebody told me like, hey, I know, not some like random person, like please don't tell me anything, but if I knew that I died like of old age, then I'd be like, all right, we're gonna order a squirrel suit, like Amazon, and just go, because you're basically just flying around like a squirrel. Squirrels don't fly.
Squirrels.
They don't really fly though, they just jump. Nothing against squirrels, guys. Jesus. Yeah, squirrels here. I'm gonna shut up.
So you want to be flying squirrels?
Correct. They don't really fly.
Neither flying nor squirrel. Talks amongst yourselves.
I want to be flying Jensen.
That's great. Something that I don't have an answer off the top of my head. I mean, certainly doing things like swimming with sharks and swimming with big giant animals would be incredible. Flying with a suit that, and I guess a bushy tail. That sounds fun. I think anything exhilarating and dangerous is always rock climbing. Nah, it's too much work. Yeah, I think that's always something that is appealing, but you know, when you kind of look at stuff and you're like, is it worth the risk? Nah, I don't know. You know, I always thought I wanted to go swim with sharks actually, and I was like, nah, I don't think I've seen those cages collapse. You know, I think I would probably put on that list traveling around the world, kind of like Ewan McGregor and his buddy Charlie did. Like getting on some motorcycles and literally going around the world and doing it the way they did. That's something that's probably never going to happen, but would really be fun. Yeah.
This is Falling Pattern, my first con, and I'm here with my aunt. My question is, with all of your accomplishments, when you leave this world, how would you like to be remembered?
Wow. Thanks a lot, Sophie. Welcome. That's a great question. I guess I want to be remembered as somebody who cared about people. You know, I don't care if anybody knows whether or not I'm an actor. You know, one of the great things about my career in the industry is that there are some people, like my family in this room, that we're all passionate about a project that I happen to be in front of the camera for a lot of, that we both did, and you know, a lot went on, and I've done a few other TV shows and movies, and maybe I'll do more, maybe I won't, but I still meet people to this day who have absolutely no idea who the hell I am. They're like, why did someone take a picture with you? Like, y'all go to school together? I'm like, no, never did. So, and that,
What state was that?
It was Arkansas.
There's that Arkansas?
Yes. I did it earlier.
It's uncanny.
It was a great accent.
I felt like I was in Little Rock for just a half a second.
You mean Little Rock? I think I'd like to be remembered not for whatever you could write down on paper about my life, but more like, hey, he was a nice guy. You know, he cared about people. I guess.
Yeah, my grandmother used to say that things that you do or the things that are done to you, sometimes you cannot control, but you can always control your character. You can control what is put out there, how people, how you present yourself. That is something that you can control. So I think that that's largely, being remembered for the things that I've done, whether it be, professionally or personally, the milestones that I've hit or the accolades or whatever it might be, that's great, but, kind of like Jared, I would want to be remembered more for just really having a positive influence on people in my life, and that knowing that I touched people in a way that made the world a bit better.
My name is Angel. Jensen, you know me as Crazy Food Chick.
Crazy food chick?
I had to say.
Crazy food chick?
Boot.
Oh, boots.
Yeah.
Okay, close enough. Gotcha.
I heard something else, but that's fine.
My question is, between Supernatural and the shows that you are on now, which is more fun to play you guys as characters in? Like, which show is more fun?
Which show is more fun to what?
To play the characters that you are in the show.
Oh, well, I mean, we got 15 years on one, so we were really able to have a lot of fun.
We did everything.
Yeah. I will say that we never got bored on the set of Supernatural. The stuff that we're doing now, I mean, again, it's a little different of an experience that he and I are having right now, because he's in a similar position, I think, on his show that he was with Supernatural, whereas I'm not. I'm kind of being a guest, and so for me, it is sitting back and kind of just patiently observing what's going on, and trying to figure out what I think I can bring to the mix that it might be missing. Where he's kind of creating the mix over in his world, and so. But again, we had so much time on Supernatural to play and enjoy ourselves. But we grew up on that show,
Yeah.
Like we were certainly young men, and now we're ancient. So yeah, I mean I don't know that we're ever going to have the experience like we had on that show, but that's why the great thing about it is we can always go back to it.
Yeah, what he said. An extra step, I guess, for me is that I'm having a ton of fun on Walker, and I love Cordell. He's quirky and kooky and kind of self-effacing, and he's got a more available sense of humor than Sam did. Sam was a bit more stoic, and they're both parts of me, And I also learned a lot. Like I joke that if I played Cordell Walker when I was 22, he'd have been a totally different guy, because I hadn't worked so much with Jensen and seen firsthand how to find humor in certain situations and how to, while remaining true to the character, express to the audience what the character was thinking, And so I feel it's hard to gauge because I committed to Sam when I was 22, and I didn't play Cordell Walker until I was 38, and a lot happened. I got married, had 3 kids, 15 and a half years of life went by. So I don't, if I started playing Sam Winchester tomorrow for the first time ever, it would be a more fun experience, because I was, I spent a couple of episodes or seasons a little nervous, still trying to find the character, still trying to learn who Jared was and who Jared wanted to be. And so I feel more comfortable, I guess, as Jared Padalecki, and so having a certain type of fun with Cordell, whereas with Sam, I was still kind of figuring out who I was as a person, as an actor. So it's very, very different, but both have been incredible. And obviously the 15 and a half years we spent together is undeniable. So, thank you.
Hi, I'm Camille from Baltimore. Hope you guys have an awesome day. My question is for you, Jared. In the end, who do you think Sam ended up with? Did he end up with Eileen? Like, who was his wife, the mother of his child?
Thanks a lot, Camille from Baltimore.
Is this a discussed topic? Really? What's the general consensus?
No.
You don't know?
No.
I heard you. Jeez. I got it. Apparently you ended up with Eileen.
We like that answer.
Yeah, okay, then I'm gonna stick with that. And I will say, for those of you who haven't met Shoshana, I adore her. I love Shoshana. To know her is to love her. She's an awesome person. And we obviously all wished and hoped that she could be a bigger part of Supernatural. She was doing other shows as well. And so there were, availability conflicts and whatnot for a lot of it. But let's just go with Eileen. Eileen towards Eileen.
Not Ruby?
Not Ruby?
What about Ruby's meat suit?
It's got a big knife hole in it from you.
That's what stitches are for.
Demon blade, dude. You killed her.
Yeah, I killed the demon, but I just, slight incision on the meat suit. You fix that up.
Fix it right up.
Fix it right up.
Go to that, who was the doctor from, the doctor, the one who...
Patches?
Yeah, Patches. Too far. Thank you, Camille.
Is there anybody other than Eileen that's discussed?
Sir Barcelona. What's that? Jess?
Jess? The dead girlfriend on the ceiling? This is morbid, but I like it.
That would have to be like an HBO show. Hey, okay, come on.
Yeah, that's interesting. Rowena?
They did have some special moments. Here's another question, since we're on the topic. If he didn't go down, who would he have ended up with? What?
I hear a dying sheep over here. What?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Lisa. Wow, I had to exercise her, and then, yeah, I guess she still would have been, I don't know.
Did someone say Ruby? How dare you? Next question. Hi, don't you touch Ruby. Hi, beat that.
Hi. I'm Noelle. It's my first convention. I'm here with my twin. So back in 2018, we went to a Heroes and Villains convention, and we met Stephen and Mel.
I'm so sorry. Must have been horrific.
Clearly, it's been years since you came back to that convention. Traumatizing.
No, lovely.
He's awesome.
My question was, somebody asked him, and I want to ask you the question, would you rather have finger-sized legs or leg-sized
Sorry,
what was that?
Would you rather have finger-sized legs or leg-sized fingers?
Finger-sized legs or leg-sized fingers?
Yeah.
I'd rather go back and try to figure out who Dean ended up with. What kind of question?
I think I have the answer.
It's like, would you rather have an ass on your head or a head on your... Like, what? I don't...
Ass on your head. Ass on my head. Ass on my head.
Well, that's weird, because normally you have your head up your ass, but that's not...
I'm gonna go with, I mean, I guess you kind of got to go with leg-sized fingers, because you can always just amputate part of them and they can just be... Is that the wrong hand? What the hell?
Do you imagine having one of your legs attached to your hand?
You can get them amputated and then you can have just finger-sized fingers that would just be legs. You
This is not... Why are we debating about Steve Barnes? He's like, well, he's got
leg-sized for mine. Well, what's your answer?
Yeah, is there a right answer?
I didn't even think about that.
Well, I gave my answer. I got food. So give me the other answer.
I mean, I guess...
What did Amel say?
What the what?
Amel said.
Oh yeah, what did Amel say?
I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. Oh. Wow. But he said leg-sized fingers.
Yeah, I think that's probably, man, you could run really fast.
You got a tiger.
Yeah, you'd be like,
You would be legit.
I mean, you can fly through a marathon. You just use one arm, and then when that gets tired,
Use the other 5
you just use the other 5 legs. Oh, this is actually really great. This is a superpower. And are your legs still normal? Oh, legs all day, fingered legs. That's like you're just like a giraffe. You just. I don't know. That's not my giraffe. I don't know what that was.
Giraffes don't have 10 legs.
Stop it. 12 to be exact.
Thank you for that visual.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. Thanks so much. And the surrounding counties, please say hi to fellow SPN family member Ashley from Minnesota. Ashley, you are our last question, if the song didn't make it obvious. So we bring you up on stage so you can see your local friends, even though you're from Minnesota, but they're local here. So welcome. Tell us about yourself or ask a question. The mic is yours.
Thank you. My friend actually gave you Barks? Is that what your name is?
Barks?
And that, so yes, I am the friend she chose after so long to come here. And that, I'm not gonna lie, I did not think my name would be chosen to talk to either one of you.
Surprise, surprise.
I won the lottery. So I had to think of a question.
What'd you come up with?
I came up with, most of recording was in Vancouver, but every show they list a town that you guys have that is.
Then the story takes place.
Takes place in.
Correct.
In your travels with the convention or outside with family, have you guys ever stopped at those towns that are ever listed? I work in Hibbing, Minnesota.
Do you really?
I do.
Have you ever had the turducken at Biggerson's? Don't. It will ruin your day. Well, I've been to Lawrence.
Okay.
I took a stroll over there, went to Stull Cemetery, so that was kind of cool. But a lot of the towns that were in the show were small towns.
Yes, very small.
So no, I don't think we've been to many, very few.
Try.
Peoria, I've been to Peoria. I don't know why, but I've been there.
I have not been to Peoria. I can't name off the top of my head if I have or haven't. My guess is I have at some point in time, stopped through or road trip through. I, unfortunately, have never been to Lawrence, and I'm dying to go to Lawrence.
I'll take you.
Where do we live in? Yeah, you're coming with. So I don't think I have. Have you?
I've been to Duluth, I work in Hibbing, Stillwater. I've been actually through Lawrence. My husband and I road trip a lot, so.
Let me ask you this. Did the depiction of Hibbing do any justice whatsoever?
No.
No. Thank you.